Welcome in all. I'm Erin, for those who don't know, for those who couldn't put together with the name erinbunpaints, that is me. I'm Erin Bun, hello, and I paint. And today I'm doing a tutorial. I paint online on Twitch multiple times a week, but about once to twice a week I do step-by-step tutorials, and tonight's one of those nights. So tonight I'll be teaching you step-by-step how to recreate this painting here. It is nameless. I purposely don't name it because I like when you all name it, because what I do is I upload these videos to YouTube after. So if you want to name this painting for me, feel free to put it in the chat right now, and I'll go look at the names later and I'll choose one for when I upload this to my YouTube channel a little bit later, okay? And by a little bit later, I mean within the next week or so, or few days, we'll see. Other places to look around for my stuff. Instagram. If you want a nice digital version of this painting, it is currently on my Instagram page, instagram.com/erinbunpaints. There's also a digital version hanging around on Facebook, facebook.com/erinbunpaints in the event banner photo. So you can check out both of those places if you want like a steady version, because what I will do is put this down and replace it with the blank canvas momentarily. Okay, so just as a warning, check out those places or take a quick screenshot, okay? But yeah, step by step, I'll actually recreate it with you step by step so you can see everything done. In terms of the supplies, if you're ever wondering about the supplies, if you type in the chat !supplies, all one word, no spaces, you will get a whole list of what I'm using today. But just to go over what I'm using, I'll be using my usual 3 paint brushes. We have a large flat brush, we have a medium round brush, we have a small round brush. I have a cup of paint water. I have a lovely apron made by Terry. Thank you, Terry. Shout out, Terry. I have a 16 by 20 canvas, and then I have some paint colors. I always use the same paint colors. They are the 3 primary colors plus black and white. So I have red, yellow, phthalo blue, black, and white. And that's all the colors today. Mostly black and white, as you can see. Just a little hint of color here and there for some little lights. That's really all you need. And just like anything else you have, if you have different colors or different paint brushes, if you're painting on a piece of paper or a piece of cardboard, that's all fine too. The whole point is just that we're getting creative tonight and having a nice little hangout on a Friday night, a nice socially distanced virtual hangout. So whatever you're doing tonight, even if it's just watching and hanging out in the chat, I love that you're here. So thanks so much for coming. All right, so first step, everybody. We're just gonna lay down some light to medium gray, I would call it. So we're just laying down this background kind of sky area here. We don't need to worry about the shapes that we see here. We're just putting on some vertical strokes. So if you want to be safe, we can bring them about halfway down. If you're looking to save paint, you can kind of start to angle out, all of the little buildings and stuff. But for the most part, about halfway down is what we're going for. So I'd call this like a light to medium gray. I'm going to use a large flat brush for that. I would pick up your largest brush. As long as it's not a literal paint roller, probably don't grab that, but any other brush is fine. And I'm mixing lots of white with just a wee bit of black. Why not, Todd? If that would be something fun for you, feel free. It just seems you're very knowledgeable about it, and you do seem to like to talk about it, so if it's fun for you, please do, yeah. Lots of white, little black. Just trying to make sure I'm matching it as close as possible. That should be about right. All right, starting by going up and down. I'm doing lots of vertical strokes today, so up and down with the rain, because the rain's going to be coming down. Sabrina, welcome in. Thank you for following. I think we were just chatting in the chat, but thanks for the official follow. Yeah, if anyone's here just watching today and has an account, feel free to follow. It's the button on the bottom right. No pressure. You don't have to if you don't want to. It just lets you know when I'm online, so you're not constantly checking when I'm online. You'll get a notification via email. Feel free, feel free. So up and down, and like I said, halfway is the safe zone. You could start to kind of map out where your buildings are if you want to save paint. I'm just going to go halfway myself. James. Still couldn't say it's me. She was giving me eyes today. Oh, why didn't you say you were an artist, though? Go back in there. Go back in there and get something and say you're an artist this time, okay? Because you are an artist. Hi, Erin. Hello. I thought of you this week when I found a Bob Ross 2021 calendar at Walmart. Caledon, is that right? Caledonia Dreamin'. Caledonia. Welcome in. That's so nice of you to say that you thought of me when you saw a Bob Ross calendar. I've got the 2021 right up here. I'll need a 2021 soon. They're such sweet little calendars, eh? They have beautiful Bob Ross paintings, obviously. But I personally like that there's a new quote every single month. This month says, "And that may be the true joy of painting, when you share it with other people. I really believe that's the true joy." Like, isn't it right? It just, all of his quotes are always so on point. Anyway, I hope you bought it for yourself. I recommend. So another thing I'm doing, everybody, is I am kind of dipping into the water. It just helps spread the paint out a little bit more. It's not necessary, but if you find your paint is kind of thick, maybe a little sticky, just dip your brush in the water here and there. That'll help. Warmer. Oh, interesting. That would be cool, Todd. Yeah, again, like, it just sounds like something you enjoy. I mean, yeah, don't do it if it's going to be too much work, troublesome, annoying. It just seems like it is something you like to talk about a lot, and therefore you should share more. Yeah, whenever anyone has a question about color, I'm like, if Todd's here, he'll know. I'm sure everyone would find that super helpful. Sabrina, thank you very much for subscribing with Prime. Hello, wow. Virginia, thank you for following as well. I just saw that. Thank you so much, Sabrina. Thank you. Very much appreciate the support. And going through all those steps. Just so you know, connecting your account, you'll never need to do that again. Just clicking the button now every month is good. Thank you so much, Sabrina. Thanks. Everyone's excited. Lots of hype. If anyone has questions about subscribing, supporting me that way, let me know, but I won't be ranting about that. We're in tutorial mode. We're not talking about that a lot. But thank you, Sabrina. I really appreciate it. And welcome in officially. I saw the follow earlier. You're part of the fam now. You're a bun. You're an official bun. You can use some bun emotes now. See all those buns that everyone's using and the hype volcano plate? You have access to those now. How fun! Okay, so you can see, kind of messy, not worried about the general shape. I'm just gonna really make sure, especially this right-hand side, everybody, if you're following the exact same layout that I have, it's kind of like the view from Front Street in Toronto, I believe. Front Street, is it? I'm pretty sure. Ooh, CJ, correct me. I think it's Front Street in downtown. Yeah, it kind of, all the buildings kind of dip down, and then they'll dip back up. So as long as really you're covered up to here, it's really this part here that you want to be halfway down. Everything else is... yeah, you don't need to worry about it, so. Chilled in my skull in uni. Right, see, I never did any art school, so I don't know that stuff. Because if you don't know color theory, you make map look doo-doo. I see. If you explain volcano plate for no people. I have not. Good point. I'll give everyone a minute to catch up here. I'll show off the volcano plate. Sounds good. So for everyone wondering what the heck that hype emote was, see the hype and there's a bunch of colors under it? Everyone's like, what is that? It's my volcano plate. Wow. It's a big plate that I've used for 5 years straight. This is all acrylic paint. Yep, there's the emote. Oh, the plate. Yeah, everyone's like, oh my god, the plate. Yes, it weighs a ton. And yeah, it's mostly solid. Maybe not. Maybe there's some wet paint on there. But yeah, it's just a paper plate that I've used for 5 years just to cut down on throwing plates out and throwing pellets out and whatnot, and it's kind of just turned into an obnoxious volcano. So for those who've never seen, there it is. You're welcome. That's what the emote is based on, that little hype emote. It's a hype volcano plate. There you go, in all its glory. Front Scott, thank you. So was front good. I just wanted the one street. Phew. Okay, thanks, Todd. Oh no, lol, the plate. Everyone loves the plate, the little volcano plate. I love him too. He's getting so heavy, but I still love him. It's hard to let him go, you know? We're gonna need to soon. He's getting way too heavy. Okay. Just giving another quick half minute. And then we covering up any white spots. There we go. Front and Scott, that's what you said? There you go. Yeah, if you've ever walked down Front Street, I think you kind of know. I think you kind of know this this whole vibe here. The kind of curve around the CN Tower in the back. Wintera, thanks for the follow. 787, thank you for the follow. Can cut the bottom out of cone shape, keep volcano height same shape while shaving weight. I have plans. I've got plans. While shaving the weight. I mean, it's also the shape too, Poppy. Like, I still use it to paint with, obviously, and it's troublesome. It's very hard. So I think I kind of need to start a new one. Anyway. I'll explain it all. Ooh, I'll check it out. I need to see interior volcano. I know. That's my plan. That's my plan. Okay. All right, so let's look at the layout of these buildings here. So these buildings are going to be like a little bit of a darker gray. They're not the darkest gray ever, just darker than what we have. I'm going to start maybe about, that's a little higher than a quarter up. We kind of swing down. We'll go straight over, down again, straight down, over, up and over. When you really look at just this kind of like top edge, it's not very difficult. I'll go through it just one little piece at a time with you, but yeah, just a lot of angles, straight lines, slight curves here and there. I'm going to keep with the large brush. If you prefer to kind of sketch out with a smaller brush, just switch to that for now, and then you can use a larger brush to fill it in, but I'm just going to keep with the large brush here. I'm going back to my plate and mixing again, maybe like a dark gray. I call it a dark gray, yeah. Not the darkest ever, but just dark. Just a wee bit dark. Poppy, I've got something. I've got a few little ideas that I've been swirling. Not exactly that, but like, kinda. We'll talk about it when the time comes. So dark gray, everybody. I'm gonna go, again, just above the first quarter, maybe like here. And I'm gonna start by kind of swinging downwards. By swinging, I mean I'm not doing a perfectly straight line. I'm kind of curving it a little bit just to give it a little more shape. Swinging down. I did use the thin edge. You could use the thick edge if you want. It really doesn't matter because we'll be filling all this in after anyway. Swinging down, you can see that's maybe a quarter of the way across. About. Was that an accent? I don't know. Oh, are you doing this digitally, Stage? Did I miss that? I can always catch you up. Oh, you did? Rilla. A few months ago. It's so small but getting heavy, so I can imagine how heavy yours is. Now you know. Now you know. I'm so glad you can appreciate it. Okay, so we've kind of swung down and over. We're going to now cut across just straight, just a little bit. Nice straight horizontal. That wasn't super straight. Let's try again. Something like that. I understand where Erin tries to make a ghost like pottery scene with the plate. Interesting. Interesting. I'd need a second person or a ghostie to do that, which I have neither of. All right, we're going to swing down to the right again. Sorry, volcano plate when I was doing that blind alley paint. Oh, really? Yeah, and it just sits. I was going to say, like, what have you added to it? But yeah, you're right. Nothing because of fluid art. Ooh, Krithy, I don't know. I haven't thought about that theme in a while. Give me more ideas with the Candyland. What's in there? Is it just like a scenery of candy? What's up? Okay, we're gonna go straight down. So we're creating like the little peaking point for the CN Tower. And of course, this is pretty Toronto-centric, so if you want to change up the main building here into something else, someone already said Space Needle. Go for it. That'll come a little later. I'm just doing kind of an angled line going down to the right. So again, this is kind of the gap area here. I have someone who arts with polymer clay, make volcano plate earrings. Volcano plate earrings, excuse me. Someone suggested that though. Someone suggested taking pieces off and hanging them. I was like, that's so bizarre to me, but maybe? Going straight up from there. That's pretty straight. Dang, that was decent. All right. Painting from the side, I never know how it's gonna be. I have no worries. Or just using the plate of the lump of clay to try to make a pot. Do you know how hard it is though? Did you see me smack it with my knuckles? It hurts. It's rock hard. I don't know if that's possible. I'd love to, but it's a candy forest with candy flowers and trees. What you need to do, Krithy, is remind me during my regular Twitch streams. Hold on. We're gonna come up to the right, and then a quick little angle over. And that's all I've done there. Just a quick little few lines, angles, etc. Krithy, you need to come in. So what I do, Krithy, during the week, I stream on Twitch and I'm creating these new tutorial paintings, right? And I'm always like, what do? I don't know what I should paint, blah, blah, blah. You need to come in at that time, be like, hey, Erin, remember Candyland? And I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember Candyland. And then I'll do Candyland. It's just because I forget. There's so many different ideas swirling around and people suggesting things. So that's what you gotta do. Sushi, welcome in. Hello. Print in 2 days so hard heavy, maybe. Yes, 'twas my joke. It's a good one. It's a funny image, though. It's a funny image. Just like... hands coming in. It's good. It's good. Oh, yeah. Can we paint Olaf? Copyright. I don't enjoy taking Disney characters and painting them because of copyright. We can do a snowman, though, and you can make them however you want. Okay, once we have that stencil, everybody, we're going to start to bring that down. Bring that downtown. I know that's not the quote, but I tried. Just going up and down with this color. So you can see, just keeping a nice solid edge on the top, and then on the bottom, just filling in. Hi, Sweets! Sweets 16. I like that. Welcome in. How's it going this evening? Lathe would be made into bowl or vase. Some of my wooden ones are made. Ooh. You know what I'd like to do? You ever seen where people take like colored pencils, bunch them all together and make like a skateboard out of it or something? Why not with the volcano plate? Let's make just a skateboard deck or something. That'd be fun. I'm once again messily bringing it down. I'm not too worried about what's going on down here. I will be adding in a wet road later on. So again, we're not really sketching it out right now. It will eventually kind of curl around and stuff. But for now, just bringing it down very close to the bottom to be safe. That's all. Because we still have things to work on the building first too. That thick plank in the background. I see it. I see it. I never stop looking at it. It's just so prominently there. Obviously you do, just throwing out ideas. I appreciate it, I appreciate it. There's so many good ideas. That's the problem, Poppy. And it's just one volcano plate, you know? Is there enough to go around? Maybe, I'm not sure. Down with the thickness. So funny every time. I know. Okay, I know. To stare at it all day. Snowman. Yeah, you'd be into it, Sushi? I'm sure we can do a snowman for winter. That's a classic. That's a classic. We can do a cute little snowman. Unicorn will be good in January. Oh yeah, I still want to do a unicorn soonish. I don't want to forget about that either. See what I mean? Krithy, there's so many ideas, always. Do you include the tower? I will. I'll be doing that after I deal with the buildings here, yes. What I do is I leave the gap and then I'll teach you how to do the tower, yes. Up and down, up and down. You just said snowman? Oh, I thought you were supporting the idea of painting a snowman. It's going to the dark months. It's true. Guy makes guitars like that. Some of them are pretty sick. Yeah. When I say skateboard deck, I've seen a variety of things, just like fruit bowls and stuff, but I thought the skateboard deck one was the coolest. All the pencils get all angled and stuff. All the colors really show through. It's so neat. So much work though. Oh my gosh. So much work for the final product. They must be so expensive. Made iPhone guitar the same. What's an iPhone guitar? What ended up happening to the food painting? Oh, it was disposed of because it was rotting beside me. It smelled very bad. I'm convinced it was growing mold on the top, so it lasted a couple days. She never looked at Lumpy. I licked every ingredient on that painting. I didn't lick the painting itself, but every ingredient I did. I tasted it before it went on that canvas. Seal of approval. She ate all of it, canvas and all. Don't be spreading fake news on this channel. Thank you. Now I'll get into resin stuff. It's so pricey, dude. But yeah, that'd be cool if you could. If you see any inconsistencies in gray right now, it's unintentional. I'll be putting that in on purpose later. Next step, actually, I'm just finishing up this last little bit. Elves and gnomes. I know you want the gnomes. Maybe a Christmas gnome would be a good idea, Charlene. I have trouble thinking of a scenery for gnomes. Maybe a nice snowy gnome would be fun. Maybe. But yeah, elves are a good idea in general. Alright, so while this is still wet, everybody, I feel like I took probably longer than you to do that, so I'm going to move right along here. I just want to add a couple little highlights to these buildings just to kind of show different angles and faces of the building. So, you know, we kind of see what's going on based on the top, but we want to kind of highlight certain spots, right? Just subtly. So let me show you. This part here, for example, you can see it's a slightly lighter gray. So therefore this side here, so anything kind of like facing out to the right rather than straight at us. Straight at us to the right. So this edge, oh, I did this edge a little bit, maybe like the light's kind of coming from here, kind of leaking onto all of those. So just making a slightly lighter gray and just blending that right on top. Right on top. So you can keep using the same brush with a slightly lighter gray, and we're just going to blend it on top just to give it, again, a subtle highlight here and there. Oh, I just threw it right out, man. I threw it right out, Lumpy. Don't attack my friends. Don't attack my friends. So even that is pretty light. I probably wanted a little more subtle than that, so I'm hoping that kind of blends in as it is. Just so it's, yeah, you can see just a little more subtle. Getting some nice straight edges all the way down. All the way up to the top here. Again, a subtle difference, but I think it's a good one. So right there, again, you can really see the edges of the buildings doing this as well. I'm just gonna go in front real quick to, well, I'm gonna tilt it, that's what I'll do. Get this nice and straight. There we go. So I've got that edge. Gonna do this right hand edge here. So again, pulling down from this corner straight down. Straight down. This side here. And as long as you keep it consistent or have like a consistent area where your light is coming from, you can do different edges if you want. You could highlight this edge, this edge. Just choose where your light source is and then keep it consistent. Giving it a little more shape. And it looks like, yeah, it looks like I highlighted here. Thank you, Jed, for the bits. I'm sorry that a alert didn't pop up. They're turned off just for the tube, but thank you. I see them in the chat. But yeah, I guess I'm imagining my light source is kind of in here, so hitting that side, hitting that side. Straight down, up and down. And you can see it doesn't have to be a solid color. Like I kind of like it a little bit streaky, a little bit blended in. So if that's what you're getting to, I think you're right on track. That's kind of the whole vibe of the painting. Lots of streakiness, kind of wet looks, kind of wet blend. So there you go. I'll give a quick minute and then we'll move on to the CN Tower or whatever landmark you want. Again, feel free to change it up. Ooh, Chic Girl, that sounds delicious. Purple Pinky's background instead of gray. Do you think raindrops? Oh, Sushi. I think so for sure. In fact, I'm doing a more complicated painting right now with this raindrop effect that has a lot of pinks and purples and blues. So, I'll let you know if it works, but I think it's gonna work. Still, yup. Jed, I actually took a break to do a private event and then I got back on. Yeah, that's my life on Fridays. Beep boop, beep boop. It's life. It's interesting. It's fun. Thanks, Bob Ross. Hashim, thank you very much for the follow and welcome in. Jenny as well. Thanks very much for the follow earlier. Groki, welcome. Hello. Oh, you came with the bot. The purples were confusing me. I thought CJ threw that robot. Welcome in. Yeah, just have at it, guys. The new people. Whispering. That's nice. That way you were on earlier. Earlier this week I was, yeah. Anyone want to see that? I'll pull that out in a minute. It's a fun painting. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Even though it's taking a long time, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, Sushi? Ooh. Yes, howdy, howdy. I won't, Gray, I won't. I always catch up. Oh, you're adult children's. That's correct. Yeah, y'all need an adult. Oh no, never. Never, Gray. Never. I would never say that. Alright, everyone. I'm switching to a medium round brush now. And again, I'm choosing to do the CN Tower. I don't live in Toronto, but Toronto's like the biggest major city near me, I would say. Major. So yeah, a little bit of local feel to this. So I'm doing the CN Tower. Feel free to do any landmark you like. I also chose the CN Tower, honestly, because it's a little bit easier of a landmark to do. It's a very straight little spike with just a little bit of detail for the top part here. So, I mean, it's a little easier to do as well. Just saying. So I'm using the same color, a nice dark gray. So the same dark gray we started with. Okay, Brian, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. And again, I'm using my medium round brush. Grabbing that dark gray color. I'm just going to go anywhere in that gap, and I'm going to start with just a nice straight up and down line. It doesn't need to be thin all the way up. I'm just kind of looking at near the top. That'd be great. Yeah, I'll bring it out in a minute, Sushi. What I'll do is I'll teach you a few steps, and then I'll bring it out to show because I'm really excited about it. So sorry, I do need to move this over so I can really see what I'm doing here, but I go almost to the top. You can either start at the top and work your way down, or bottom to top. It's really personal preference. I started at the top and went my way down. Just use a little bit less pressure at the top to get a nice thin tip. Oops. And then you can kind of add more pressure on your way down to thicken up. Once you have the straight line, then you can kind of shape it up a little bit better. So it's not going to stay all the way this thin. We want to widen it out a lot more as we come down. So just slowly, a little bit at a time. I'm starting to expand as I move down. So see that? It's starting to get a little bit wider. I think I want it maybe a little bit more. Just little bits at a time until you think it looks good. You can look up a real photo of the CN Tower if you like. That is exactly what I did when I made this. Or you can kind of look at what I'm doing and try and replicate. So I just need to fix that top part. I think the width down here is about right. That'd be great. Yeah, Sushi, I'm an actual child. That's concerning. Yeah, I was there last week. Yeah, I feel like you would have seen it, but everyone else probably hasn't as well. Really big tree. The tree landmark. Y'all be goofy tonight. I'm just fixing up my point at the top, just using a very steady hand, a little bit of pressure. You can even whip out a smaller brush if that helps you, of course. What's going on there? It's this part. Sometimes it helps to take a step back. That is why I constantly look in the camera, because it really helps me see the painting pulled back, right? It's just like I'm essentially taking a step or two back. And worst case scenario, if it gets a little too wide, you can see it gets a little choppy up here for me. I can go back with light gray and kind of shape that up as well. I'm just going to leave it for the sake of the tutorial here. I'm not going to worry about it too much. but for your painting, you can always go back and use some lighter grays to help shape things up. And here's one more little tip, everybody, too, or just reminder. We're going to kind of mess up the edges a little bit later. We want to make them look kind of wet and a little bit out of focus. So small little bumps, we really shouldn't be worried about. I'm worrying way too much about it. Yeah, all of these edges we're going to kind of water up and mess up a little bit later. Dark, welcome in. Hello. It'd be such a sweet, huge Christmas tree, right? New York who? Okay. And then I would say maybe about a little lower than a third of the way down, right about here. We're going to add kind of the observation area. So for that piece, what I did is I started at the top and I worked my way down. So I'm just going to do 2 little angles out from either side. Dang, James. Dang, what's your number? We're gonna go out from there. So we went angled out. Now we're gonna go straight out just a little bit, like a little tick mark worth. I legit thought about, yeah, here you go. Easy. We're gonna go, it's kind of like a step down. We go down and over again, down and over again. Just small little bits. And this is simplified, by the way. I really tried to look at the observation area and tried to really break it down into like quick little steps. So I'm sure there are more details than this, but this will get you the basic look. Oh yeah, Dark? Ooh, you enjoying that game? That would be epic. That would be doxing. Then we do a slight angle down and in. Down and in. This one's a little longer. You can see this is the bulk of the shape here. The 6 though. Girl. And then we have just a small little piece at the bottom. When I was a kid and I saw this, it looked like a little inflatable tube. That's how I think of it. So just like a little rounded bottom. And that's a pretty basic broken down CN Tower observation area shape. Fill it in, see how it looks. Again, feel free to throw up a real photo of the CN Tower if you want it super, super exact. But again, especially for the painting, we want things a little out of focus. We want things a little more messy. So I think keeping it pretty basic like that is about right. I mean, kind of, James, but not really. Oh yeah, sure, Allie. So these ones are the CN Tower. These ones? To the shape? Let me know if I'm not explaining the right thing. I highlighted them, so I chose this edge here, and this edge here with some lighter grays. If that's what you're asking, there you go. Big ones. I think I gotcha. If you want me to go over the top shapes, I can. Pretty much using just a slightly lighter gray going up and down like this, and all this area here, it's like highlights. Their area, hopefully you can see this area, and then this area. Ta-da! Okay. I'm gonna get my painting real quick. That's what I'm making right now. I'm gonna put rain on top of this. I'm still not done it. I still want to do more details in the front, but this is the whole thing. It's gonna be like purples, pinks, blues. So whoever was asking about that, Brian, thanks for the follow. I'm not sure if I caught you there. We're gonna see. We're gonna see very soon if that works. I think it will though. Got it, perfect. Such a rare name. Ooh, I'm getting a lot of questions, James. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so we got our building up. So now what we want to do is we want to do like a messy road. So I say messy road because look at it. You can see it's very streaky, and I wanted it that way because it's rainy, it's wet. We don't want things to be a solid color. We want it to be kind of messy. So once again, I'm making a slightly lighter gray, and I'm going to show you how to map out this little road here. So essentially we have a road going across like this. It's like we're kind of at the intersection on the other side. We're kind of looking across, right? So we've got a nice road coming across, and then we have a road starting nice and wide, and then it kind of curls around and just kind of disappears. So I'm going to keep using this brush actually just because we do some curving. I kind of like the medium-sized brush for that. Despite using more paint for a larger area, I'll keep with this medium size. And I'll be mixing white and black once again. Just more white this time to make kind of like a light to medium gray. I would say something darker than the sky, lighter than the buildings. Something in between. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. So if you want to start with something easy, you can start with just a nice straight across line. So that's mapping out the road that's kind of right in front of us going across. If you want, you can keep, again, dipping your brush in water because that will kind of loosen up the paint a little bit, liquefy it, and also give you quite literally a wet look, right? If you're using some wet paint, it gets kind of streaky, a little bit transparent. It all kind of helps. I'm probably going to darken that just a little bit. It's looking about the same as my sky. I want it a little bit darker. This is the medium round. Medium round, Becky. You can use whatever brush you like. I was using this more so for the next step, really. You could use the large flat pretty easily for this one. Crafty Lady, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in. Lighter version of you. Jeez. You're all over this painting, Gray. You're the star of the show here today. It's Gray's painting. Partial summer tan. Medium brush. Thanks, Phoenix. It's already gray in the city as much as there's green in nature. Yeah, most of them. There's some color here and there, though. And again, it doesn't need to be solid. If anything, I kind of like it streaky personally. Again, I am going to darken this on mine. I want it maybe a teeny bit darker. And that's the great thing about acrylics. It's still wet. You can just go right on top and kind of mix things on top. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of a darker gray, streak it on top. It'll kind of rest on top and blend in. So you can do this as much or as little as you want as well. Kind of play with things as they're still wet. Concrete jungle. Where dreams are made of. Nothing you can't do. A streaking gray? You would never. Kappa. Now you're in New York. La 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 la. Canine off work. Congrats! Now you can relax. Welcome in. I know you're here earlier, but official welcome in because you're off work. Many grays here. Okay, so we got the straight across road that's kind of coming, you know, right across. And now we're going to do a road that's going this way. It kind of curls around this area here as if there's a gap over here, right? So what I'm doing now is I'm just going to choose a point where it kind of disappears. My point is kind of around here, it looks like. I'll do this in a lighter gray just so you can see, but you can keep using the same gray, okay? Keep using the same one. I'm just doing a lighter one so you can see. Kind of curves around and over. And then doing bigger round and over. So it looks like it's going to disappear. I'm going to fix that up in a little bit, but this should be a little more flat. Kind of disappearing like that. But in the end, it's getting wider and thinner as it goes away. So I'm going to fill that in. Again, I'm going to look at this straight on to get this right. But yeah, nice curve in, curve in. Curving over to the right. Around that way. Even wider, even wider. Again, nice and messy, nice and streaky. Keep dipping the brush in the water. There we go. I might darken that part up a bit. Good, how are you? Hey, works out. Oh no, Canine, I'm sorry to hear. Just really busy today? Did something bad happen? If you don't want to talk about it, it's cool. Relax, forget about it. And again, go in with darker grays. If anything got a little too messy, a little too large, you can go in with your darker grays again, kind of fix things up. Just a wee bit. Again, you don't need to worry about details and making perfect curves and everything. It's supposed to be kind of messy. I'm just looking at this corner here. I want to make some darker gray there, for example. Just to like close this part up a bit more. There we go. It makes a little more sense to me now. Yeah. I think I still need to raise that part up a teeny bit. Oh, you too, James. I'm sorry to hear. Again, if any of you need to rant about it, feel free. But I assume you just want to kind of relax and forget, so you do you. That's better. See, it's kind of straight, so that's a key, everybody. I wanted to keep it nice and straight on the top. It doesn't want to dip back down. It's curving around and over. It's not really curving back down. So if it's looking a little funny, kind of straighten out the top there. Is anyone painting along? Yeah, last time I did a paint night, apparently my branches and leaves on my trees look like something that rhymes with Bilbo. Oh. You funny sheet girl. Yeah, there's a lot of people painting along right now. People usually post their photos afterwards, but yeah, I think there's quite a few tonight. Yeah, no worries, Allie. So I did the kind of straight across one. I assume you want this part though. Essentially kind of sticking in the middle of the painting for the wide part, so the part closest to us. We have a quick curve going to the right and it disappears behind this building, so you can stop at the edge of that building there. Quick curve. And this one's more of an elongated, straight curve at the top, so it kind of curves up and then over. So I was just saying there, we want to make sure it doesn't curve down. It's going to look a little funny, so just go right across at the end. You want to go straight across, like it's just disappearing away. So I know she left me roses by the stairs. Work sucks, I know. You quoting. I can't place it though. Is it the halo on my bedpost, etc.? Anyway. I can't think. It is blank. Yeah. There's it. Is it the... Yeah. No, it's not, is it? Well, no. No, it's not. Anyway, it's blank. Thank you. COVID units, weekend pages are really sick and cranky. I see, K9. I see. Yeah, no worries, Allie. I think that was enough. Yeah, okay. Sounds like everyone had a hard day, TGIF. No kidding, yeah. I think there's a lot of wine being cracked tonight, which is fine. Again, enjoy your Fridays, everybody. By the stairs. Oh, why can't am I... Prizes let she know she cares. I feel like I half know it. All the thank you, small things. Prizes let I did. Okay. So thank you very much. I will not go. Turn the lights off. Yep. Carry me. Okay. I assume that was enough time for the road as well. If anyone thinks I'm going way too fast, just yell at me, but I think we're at a pretty good pace right now. So what we do next, actually, is a nice, pretty chill step. We're not doing any big shapes or anything. We are doing the mess up step, the light mess up step. So we have all these nice edges. Maybe yours are a little choppy or whatnot, but mine are pretty like straight and crisp. I want to mess them up now because it's a rainy, out of focus painting. So just have a look at the difference here. See this edge here? It's kind of like glows, you know? It's kind of out of focus and glowy almost. So this was achieved by me going in with a wet paintbrush and just kind of rubbing along the side. And what happens is the wetness of the paintbrush grabs a little bit of the paint, even though it's a little dry at this point, it still grabs it, kind of moves it around and creates just kind of this wet outline everywhere. So I thought that was really important just to keep things looking a little fuzzy and out of focus. You can do that to the road too. I didn't do that a whole lot to the road just because my road was already quite streaky and messy, but mainly I'm looking at the top edges of these buildings, the CN Tower, and that's about it. So again, a nice relaxing step. We don't really need to make any complicated shapes. We're just kind of carefully going around with the water. Crystal, thanks for the follow earlier. Helping to bomb myself and Blink-182 is love. Oh yes. Yeah, we're always thinking of canine. Okay, so what I'm doing, everyone, is I'm taking the medium round brush. You can use whatever brush you want. I just think this brush is a good size. It's not too big, too small. It's just right. I dipped it in water only. I don't have any paint on my brush. And I'm just going to kind of lightly rub it along the edge here. It might take a little bit of work, but you can see that it's starting to kind of pull up paint a little bit, move it around a teeny bit. See how it's creating a little bit of a glow? And I am doing it carefully because, like, I don't want all of these drips forming quite yet. We want to manually add those drips later. So I'm kind of trying to control it. I'm not allowing the water to just spill off here. That's why I dipped it and kind of tapped it off a little bit on my cup. But you can see what's happening. It's just kind of moving the paint a little bit, creating this kind of soft glow around the edge. So I'm just moving that around. And again, I'm trying to rub it. Like, I'm really trying to rub it on the paint so that it kind of picks it up a little bit, even might remove a little bit as well. That's okay. I think I just flicked some in my eye. That's fine. But yeah, keep going. Going right here. So again, creating this soft glow. Dream, welcome in. Hello. Oi. Richie. Hello. How's it going? Always trying my best. That's good. We're always thinking of you. Oh, you want to take a picture of it, Richie? Ooh. I always love pretty night skies. Only if you want. Ow, that really hurt. Ouch. Miko's here too. Hello. Hitting all these edges. From the future. You think, Diana? You should try it. You should try it. Again, I truly think, as complicated as this painting looks, I really think the steps are not too crazy for this one. Like, I think straight lines might be kind of a complicated thing for some. Once you get that down, a lot of these other steps are very straightforward. Just follow along with all the angles I'm doing. That's why I break it down one piece at a time. You can really follow along. I think you'd be surprised, Diana. So up here you can see you can get a little messier. I'm not going for every single little angle. I'm not doing step down, step down. I'm just kind of moving my brush around. You'll still see some of those details you worked on. Others will kind of disappear, and that's okay. So there's a little drippy. I'll just kind of wipe it. You can wipe it down a little maybe. It'll disappear. And again, you might have places where paint kind of is removed. It's a little lighter there. That's okay as well. You can always re-add if you want. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Richie Hole. You can try. Took a photo. Nice. Okay. Is she always here? Is she? That would make me so happy. Look in the shadows. Hey! Not because you have no life. It makes me happy that you're here. Yeah. Honestly, Miko. You can lurk as much as you want, but it always makes me happy when you're here in chat. I never look at who's lurking, you know? So, I truly don't know. See, this is soothing. I like this part. It's just like, we've done the work. We're just kind of messing it up now. How often can you really say that? You've got the work done, you want to purposely mess it up. It's fun. Oh, we can all relate. Richie, 3 a.m. life? We can all relate to that, I think. Catch me tonight at 3 a.m. But not really, because I stream tomorrow. I'm always here sneaking. Are you, Groggy? Are you? Same. Are you, though? Are you? See it kind of messing up there? Good, good, good. Used to watch my lurk list. I don't like exposing the lurkers. They should do what they want. Lurkers, I never look who you are. In fact, somebody recognized me in a different chat today. I had no idea who they were. Didn't ask if it's because they lurked, but I assumed it was. So that's cool. I'm always here too, Cindy. Real, I like being here. Also, doing this cake is making go bonkers. Wait, you're doing a cake right now? Doing a cake, like baking a cake or decorating, Miko? But I'm glad you like being here. Yeah, I don't think I knew you were decorating a cake today, Miko. That's exciting. What for? All right, Christy, thanks for coming in. We'll see you later, okay? I'll give everyone an extra minute or two if you're still messing things up, but you can see how things now look a little softer, a little more glowy. It's exactly what we were going for. Maybe a little more here. It's like too clean over here. Mess it up. All of that work. All that work was stepping down, going across, and it's like, mess it up now. But you can see why. It still has a nice general shape. Photoshop finally opens. Oh my god. An hour later. You're right, Court. I wonder if that'll ever happen. You're right. Like, name I've never seen before. You're so right, Court. That'd be funny. Oh yeah? You're into the Animal Crossing world? Ooh. Till 4 a.m. for months. Yeah, I heard it's a grind. I heard it's addicting, but fun. You guys, why you say it means you have no life, though? We have a life together. We're all here together saying the same thing. Birthday cake for my maid, Madre. Mother making her mini birthday. Oh, cute. Want to make it special. That's really nice, Miko. If you feel comfy sharing that, I'd love to see it in the Discord. That's some art. Do that last night was spastic. It's an update. Sounds good, Christy. Good night. Have a good evening. Okay. Yeah, I want to see a Miko cake too. Dang. Oh, Charlene. Okay, nine. Are we gonna get emotional again? Anyway. See you, Christy. All right, so now is when we're going to add some lights. So the lights are lovely because you can really customize these however you want. I kind of started with the idea of doing, you know, kind of like car lights here. So we have the red lights on the right. I triple checked this when I was doing it, then panicked. I thought I did it wrong. Anyway, red's on the right because they're going away from us, and then yellows and kind of like oranges and whites all mixed together for the cars coming at us. And then otherwise, I just kind of sporadically put these on. You can see there's some yellows, some whites, peaches. I got some teals in here because I felt like it wanted a little bit of blue. So if you want any of your favorite colors, you can put them everywhere, right? Like just imagine people have some cool colorful lights on in their apartment buildings or in the storefronts and whatnot. And if you want to keep it a little more like city life here with the cars, you can do reds and then yellows and whites over here. So I'll teach you the technique. What we're going to do first is I kind of like to do the outside glow first. I'll give you a nice close-up. It's kind of like an outside glow and then a brighter middle. I like to do the outside glow first and then a brighter middle to pair it with. So it's kind of like 2 steps that I do. Cake. Oh, carrot cake's so good, Phoenix. All right, let's start with white. I feel like that's an easy one to show off. So I'm going to use the medium round brush. You can switch to the small brush when you're doing smaller lights. So for example, for the car lights and stuff, they're a little bit smaller. You can switch to a smaller brush for that, of course. What I'm doing first is I'm grabbing just a little bit of white paint. And I have a wet brush. And when I have that little bit of white on my wet brush, I'm just going to tap it off a little bit. Just so there's a tiny bit of paint left. We don't want a lot. It's kind of like liquidy paint and just a little bit on there. And I'm going to start to swirl. So, for those who have done tutorials with me before, this is not dry brushing. You totally could dry brush, but this is like using a liquidy watercolor to get some transparency going. So I'm doing the outside glow of a light. So you can see I chose a spot, kind of circled around. And because it's wet paint rather than the dry paint, it's going to come off very transparent. So again, different than dry brushing. Dry brushing would leave more of a texture. It would leave transparency in that it would have kind of like the canvas showing around the paint. This is more like the canvas is showing through the paint. The paint is very thin. So that's why I'm using a wet brush for this technique rather than dry brushing. It could work dry brushing, but I thought this matched a little better with the painting, kind of the wet look. So I'll do a bunch of these, you know, wherever I want. Again, I like to do kind of bigger lights on the buildings. So that's why you see me doing kind of medium to larger size circles here. I'll do a bunch of these. I'll do a bunch of these first, and then I'll show you the next step, okay? So I'm going to go maybe over here. Trying to catch up on chat. Cake. I know what it is. CJ. And again, you don't have to follow the exact spots I'm going in. I'm just giving you examples of where you could go. Yes, we do, James. Cake. Oh, they could be whatever you want, Krithy. If you want them to be really colorful fireflies, that's what you said, go for it. Some of them might be a little brighter. That just means you had a little bit extra paint on your brush. You can kind of wipe it away, use your finger if you want. See how that just kind of removes some, makes it a little more transparent. But it's fun to have a little variation too, right? So just keep that in mind. They all don't need to be the exact same. It's fun having some variation. So I've added enough to the buildings. Maybe I'll add a few little small ones down here. And I'm not worried about lining any up. I don't even pair them. Like, I just paired 2 together there, but just to show you the rest, I'm not going to pair them. It's so, like, fuzzy and wet. We don't see that much detail. We're not going to see the actual cars. We're just doing kind of random lights anywhere on the left-hand side here. I guess, Diana, depending on where you're from. If I'm doing Yeah, Rihanna, yeah, cake, that one. Hoodle Doodles, welcome in. Is it Hoodle or Hootie? It's Hoodle. Hoodle Doodles. Wow, it looks just like a painting. Thank you, thank you. Welcome in. How's it going? Do you paint too? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm trying to sing it for you, she girl. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. All right, so once you have a few of those little like faded out glowy areas of the lights on, now you can add the centers. So all you do for that is you want to grab just a little bit of extra paint on your brush. You still don't want like just a thick blob of paint. You still want to maybe wipe off a little bit. You can still use a wet brush, but just use a little extra paint. So either wipe off a little less or load up a little more on your brush. And now you're just going to circle in the middle of these little glowy areas. I think that's a little bright, so I'm going to stop right there. I'm just going to get my brush nice and clean, and I'm just going to use what's on the canvas now and swirl it around. So we'll take a little bit of a learning curve, just like you saw me there. I couldn't quite figure out how much paint I needed. I thought it was too much, so I said, all right, that's fine. And I wiped it off a little bit, grabbed some water, just moved it around. You can see it came out to be nice and bright, but not too bright. I'm still gonna add a little bit of paint. So just play around with it. You can grab little bits of paint, little bits of water, swirl around, see how it looks, just so you have a brighter center. Oh dang, I missed something. Oh, thank you. Oh, to iHearts, what a good choice. Diana, thank you very much for gifting that sub to iHearts. That's so sweet. Thank you. iHearts was here earlier, constantly here as well. Thank you very much, Diana. It's very kind. Carminator, welcome in. We're painting this rainy Toronto scene. This is a step-by-step tutorial I'm doing, so people are following along, but you're welcome to hang out and chill and watch. My happy place too. Gotcha. No, I know. It's not just you, Kana. Everyone says, I say it. I say it when I'm in other chats. I have no life. I'm here all the time. But in the end, it's like a life together. It's really nice. I think it's really wholesome and lovely. So you can see just more paint. Still a little bit of water for a little transparency. And that's up to you. Maybe you want it super bright. You can just grab more paint and keep adding. Again, that's the beauty of all of these steps. It's kind of up to you what you want it to look like. But just remember, this is all the background, right? It's still all the background. That's the craziest part about this painting. We're putting so much work into this, and then we're just going to put rain on top too. So it's just going to make for an extra cool background. So like small things that are being pointed out in your eyes right now, and you're like, oh, I can't stand that. This looks off, blah, blah, blah. All that's going to disappear soon. Because the rain will be the main focus. That's what everyone's going to be like, whoa, what is that? They're going to be so impressed. Big hype. I know the band just asked what Sean. Oh, okay, you would listen to. I see. I was trying to hum the song that James was referencing for ya. Yeah, everyone says it, K9. Oh, thanks, James. There's the link. They're big hit. Yes. Oh, Pimage, maybe you hit enter too quickly. And yes, even to the small ones. So again, I'm using a medium round. If that's a little messy for you, just switch to a small round. That's fine. There they go. See how they just pop off a little bit better? They're still glowy and messy. And again, that's me playing around with how much paint I'm using. I'm adding maybe a little bit more here. Just kind of scraping her on. There we go. And again, add more water. That'll help dilute it again. Oh yeah? Is that your first time, Court? He's lovely. Court, I'm surprised because we've rated him before. That was buttery smooth for anyone interested in. He does it, yeah, amazing sketches. Just so much time and effort into those, and it totally pays off every time. That dog, again, I was watching him do that dog a week or two ago, and it was finally completed. So worth the time. He's a really nice fellow. Yeah, we've rated him. He rated us back. We rated him back today. Lovely man. Yeah, Gray's a huge fan of buttery. Yeah. He's on around the same time I am, so it's nice to be able to like say hi to his community when we can. Because I miss a lot of his streams because of it. I think he starts like the hour before me and then usually raids or ends like an hour before me, so I almost never catch his stream, so it's really nice when we can raid him. Ah, I hearts, yes, Diana gave you a little sub, brought some tea, yay! Sounds good, James. Oh, sorry, Sheik. We have link sharing turned on only for VIPs. So if you want to share that, feel free to join the Discord. There's actually a music channel in the Discord. We can all pop around and share some songs in there. I don't know why the link's not working, but you know, starts at 9 a.m. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like an hour before me, great. And then sometimes he's on after me, like today I was able to raid him. I was like, yes! But otherwise I was like, I'm always missing him, so it's always nice. All right, so we can keep doing more lights. It's the exact same technique, just different colors. So let's do some yellows next. With yellow, I'm going to be using yellow paint mixed with a little bit of white, just because I find the yellow alone is a little too transparent. I know we want transparency here, but not that transparent. So I'm going to mix yellow with a little bit of white and do the exact same thing, using a wet brush with just a small amount of paint, swirling it around. And then adding some bright centers. And same thing, if you're going on the road here, I'm sticking to the left-hand side as if cars are coming at us. But yellows, again, I do put kind of up in the buildings as well. And most daytime streams, I check it back for sure. Yeah, I don't know if he does weekends. I should check his schedule. Yes, he makes a lot of noise. Yeah, he's great with his sound effects too. I appreciate that as well, Cindy. It's always very fun in his channel. Oh, yeah, he's got a lot of good ones. So sometimes too, colors can be a little deceiving when they're so transparent. So I can see that's very, very wet. So when that dries, that's actually going to be more transparent than what I see. So I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to let it dry down. If I think it's a little too bright, I can always go back with some water and kind of swirl it around again and try and make it a little more transparent. For now, I'm just going to trust it and leave it alone. Trust the paint. So wet yellow, just moving it around different spots. That's where the crows will sit on this one. To put an elevator up there, basically, because they can't fly. They don't know that. They still try. Did I tell you that Gertie looked that up? And I think she said it in the chat. Bob used to have a rehabilitated crow, and that's what that quote is about. The crow couldn't fly. I was always so confused by that quote. I was like, Bob, crows can fly. I don't know what you're talking about, but not his crow. Sweet soul. A little more over here. Let's do maybe over here. I don't really worry about cars on this road, by the way. I just kind of put a few lights here just so you know I won't be planning out where the cars are going down here. It's more so just this road I'm worried about. So adding more to the left-hand side coming at us, of course. Getting them a little smaller as they get further away, right? Makes sense, makes sense. Oops, some of these have little drippies on them. You can just touch those away. You just don't want them to drip down, right? That's what happens when you're using a wet brush. Sometimes it pools a little bit, so just make sure they're not coming all the way down. And then same thing, I'm just grabbing a little extra paint on my brush this time, a little less water, so it's a little more pigmented, but still not just plain paint, right? We still want it a little bit transparent. And going in the middles. Brightening them up. And once again, I think it helps to be a little messy. I'm not trying to make perfect circles. I'm not trying to make really defined edges on these. You can see sometimes I kind of tap it on a little bit. Whatever works just to kind of brighten up the middles. You can see me going with my finger a fair amount too. It just helps soften it up. It kind of removes a little bit of paint, leaves behind a little bit of transparency. So if you don't mind getting a little dirty, just tap a little bit. Oh, we just watched Spirited Away last weekend, Chic Girl. Oh, that's sweet. Some help from cheering section motivate me to get up and make myself a cup. Anyone? You can do it, Cindy! Make yourself a cup of what? Tea? Coffee? You can do it! Make yourself a cup of whatever you want! We believe in you! It's a Friday! You got this! Yes! Was that good? Chic Girl got it. Get yourself a cup, right, K9? Go get yourself a cup. That's funny. All right, another nice kind of like light, kind of I would say more warm tone color I use is peach. I like the peaches in this. These kind of colors here. So for that color, I'll be mixing together 3 colors. We have white. We have yellow, so you kind of already have white and yellow already, so you can just start with that if you're done using the yellow. You can now add just a tiny bit of red to that. It'll make it more of a peachy color. If you feel like it looks a little orange, you can either keep it kind of orange, because that would be a pretty color as well, or you can add more white. I find white is the key, and trying a little more red as well. I find yellow is the least amount. The color that you're adding the least amount of. It's mostly red and white. The yellow just kind of makes it a tiny bit more peachy. But again, it's really up to you what colors you want to add here. It's whatever you think is going to make the painting beautiful in your own. So same thing, back to the original step. I'm just grabbing a little bit of that color with a very wet brush. Choosing a few spots to put it. Same thing, it looks very bright, but I can see on my canvas it's very watery. So I'm trusting that it will become a little more transparent. See what happened there? See how transparent it became on the outside there? So that's what I'm trusting will happen here, as long as it doesn't drip. Maybe I'll help it along a bit. There we go. They don't need to all be separated too. I kind of like the idea of having some kind of crossing over a bit, especially in the glowy bits. I find that looks really nice. Starting to fill up. You're welcome, Cindy. You need a cup, go for it. Like the teal. Yeah, thanks, Diana. I'm kind of saving that for the last one. I have some pink flower kind of tea, orange citrus. Yeah, I'd choose orange pico too. Classic. Cindy, you're getting tea for the whole chat. You better provide. Just some water for me. Cranberry ginger ale sounds delicious. I heard a lot of wine being opened, K9, at the start of this event specifically. Lots of wine. It's been a week. It's been a week. All right, going in for my second step here. Less water, more paint, focusing on the middles. There are those ones. Diana, another gifted sub. Thank you very much. My gosh, to Chic Girl. Chic Girl! You can use some bun emotes now. Diana, thank you very much. That's twice. That doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you very much. Cheers, you say, with a little wine glass. Look at you. Thanks so much. Chic Girl, enjoy your bun emotes. Enjoy ad-free viewing. Thanks for supporting me. Yeah, thank you so much. Ooh, we got a little present. Whee! Gift later too. Look at you go. Thanks so much. What else have we got here? I've got like 3 more colors left. 4 more? We do an orange as well, actually. Yeah, I see some orange. So we can keep adding to this peach color here. So if you have peach ready to go on your plate still, add a little more yellow, add a little more red. You're gonna turn that into more of an orange color, kind of golden yellow orange. Again, if you're not feeling this color, don't add it. Add something else instead. That's fine. I almost missed it because it doesn't look like I had a lot of this one. I had maybe a little here, a little down here. But I don't want to miss any because I feel like they all work together nicely. And I like how much it kind of filled up. I feel like it wasn't too much, but enough, you know? Keeps your eye moving around the painting. Maybe a little one here. One more here. Cheers. Yeah, no kidding. Oh, from Liberty Village. My gosh. Sir Wiggy McSwiggy. I can lead speak. Welcome in. What's up? Liberty Village. I know it well. I like local. It's a nice spot. How's it going tonight? Good community. Yeah. Liberty Village. Ayy. Hipster, my gosh, hi! Sorry the alert didn't pop up there. We're doing a toot right now, but thank you very much for the 100 bits. Rip. Howdy. You can't say I want to say hi. Thank you so much, Hipster. No worries. Hope your Friday night's going well. We can catch up another time. Thank you very much. Space all the time. Guys, we're getting all sentimental tonight. I love it, though. I just love that everyone agrees that it's a nice place. All I want. There we go. We beamed up those oranges. Got some red. We got some kind of mauve tone, and then we've got a teal. I'm leaving teal for last because I think it's the biggest pop of color of all of them. So just saving it. Thanks for the lurks, Phoenix. Sir Wiggy McSwiggity. Wish it was my legal name. You can get that changed. Would they allow it? I wonder. Is it full reign for changing legal names? I've never looked into it. Don't let your dreams be memes, man. Alright, I'm gonna move on to red now, everybody. So for the red, I do mix a little bit of white in there because once again, red alone is going to be quite transparent. So just a little bit of white helps, even though it turns it a little bit pink. It'll be hard to see a difference really once you put it on the canvas. So same thing, watery brush, red with a tiny bit of white, mainly putting this on this side, of course, on the right-hand side where all the brake lights are going off. Beep, 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 beep. Should have had a car horn soundtrack for this painting. Didn't we say we were gonna do that, CJ? Hit up Kanye West for that car horn Busy City soundtrack. What an error. Honk honk. Anyway, see how those popping up? Again, this is watery red, so it looks very bright, but once again, it will become a little more transparent. Let's put 1 or 2 here. Oh, I had this idea of putting a few up here as if maybe there's like traffic lights kind of up ahead that we can't really see. They're just kind of glowing, you know, up here somewhere. Everything's stopped. Again, lots around here. Got lots. Very packed day on Front Street. One here. Again, these ones I don't really think about. They don't really make sense. They're just everywhere. Downtown is so quiet lately. Night like at the Drake Hotel. Yeah, I can imagine. You guys just got on lockdown as of Monday, right? I'm just an hour west of Toronto for context, so I know what's up. Not there, but I know what's going on. Right? Everyone loves the name. Just play the fashion show in the background, right? Same thing, going in with a little more paint, brightening up the middles. You won't see a much of a brighter middle with the red, but still a little bit, so still worth going in there, tapping it in. It's more so just a bright color in general, the red, so don't worry if you feel like it is pretty bright. Yeah, it pops off a little bit more than most of the other ones. Just hey. When I had an assignment for music, we had to write a phrase, remember the lines. Even giraffes burb disguising funk. Disgusting funk. I'm shocked you still remember that, Krithy. I forget all of those things that I used in school for, I know what you mean, like learning phrases and stuff. Yeah. Even giraffes burb disgusting funk. Do you mean burp, maybe? It is not, Cindy. It's delayed we keep delaying it because of Cyberpunk, man. We wanted to do it for Cyberpunk release, and they're like, December 10th. So I need to figure out, it's coming up soon as long as they don't delay it again. I want to figure out a day, like, just before it, so that everyone's not off playing and, you know, forgetting now that it's out. So, yeah, it'll probably be, like, December 8th, 7, 6, something like that. Whatever works for everybody. Hopefully a weekend is all I'm thinking. Okay, we've got a kind of like a purpley mauve color. I kind of just stuck that in with the reds just to kind of split that up a little bit more, honestly. I felt like it was getting too cluttered with red when I did this, so this is more of like a purpley tone. So this will be red with a little bit of blue and a little bit of white. Purple, mauve, mauve. How do you pronounce it? Up to you. Yeah, anything just kind of like off red, in my opinion. That's kind of what purple is to me. It's like right next to red on the color wheel, so it's going to help with the break late scenario, just kind of breaking them up a bit. Pick up roommate. She girl, no worries. Enjoy those tacos. Beautiful pink. Thank you so much. Hope to see you again. We'll see you in Discord for sure. I know that. Have a fantastic evening. Now our west, that's, yep, you got it, Kitchener. Mississauga's a little closer. I'm Kitchener, Waterloo area. So I don't come to Toronto much more, but I used to. Got a lot of Toronto peeps in the chat, though. And a lot of, even more Ontario, so we can all relate. Hello. We know what's up. Okay, I'm really only sticking these in here. I didn't really disperse them anywhere. Again, if you like this color, go ahead and add a few more, of course. Paying along with you before I go. No way, are you? Right now? You've been here this whole time? No way. Dog, are you in the Discord yet? Because I'd love to see what you make. Or if you like paint regularly, if you want to share anything, we'd love to see it. Love to see it. Cool, well yeah, extra special welcome. It's always fun to know who's painting along. Because usually the ones chatting aren't painting. Which is okay. It's just fun to know who is, though. Okay, so once again, just adding a little bit of a lighter middle. There we go. We got one more color, at least in mine. Again, you add as many colors as you want. I have one more in mine. And then I'm going to soften up the bottoms of these a little bit, and then it's the rain time. It's the rain time. Our favorite Williams Cafe is in Kitchener. Oh, really? I used to frequent those. I love Williams. Not anymore. It's so sad every time I say, just not anymore. Used to. Yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot in the KW area. Yeah, you start to know them with school. I went to school in the area too, and then it was like after school, still frequented them, yep. Okay, my cat just dragged her across my paint palette. You missed a word, but I can imagine. Tail, paw, butt. Oh no, oh no. Hey Erin, is your area in yellow zone? I think we're orange right now. I think. I honestly can't. Listen, Charlene, I can't keep track, but also it doesn't make a difference to me because I don't go out anyway. So to hear that like restaurants have reduced capacity, I'm like, okay, I wasn't there anyway. So honestly, I don't really check. If we go into full lockdown, I'd like to know so I can stock up, but straight up, I don't go out. I only go out for essentials anyway. So thank you, Cindy. Yeah, I think we're orange. I'm not sure. It's more so I want to know just for like number of cases in the area, but when it comes to rules, it never affects me. It's like, oh great, I can't have gatherings of 15 people, only 10. I wasn't having gatherings anyway. It's only me. So that's just the way I'm operating, but yeah, it's crazy. Tail. Oh no, Sharon, oh no. Take a little break. I'm just doing one more color and then it's rain time, and the rain is pretty much 2 steps. They're just very long steps. So take your time. Okay, I'm doing one more color, everybody. I'll explain the color because it's teal. It's a little bit of mixing. So if you like this teal color, it's going to be blue with just a little bit of yellow and then a little bit of white in there, and that lightens it up into more of like a nice teal color. So I just did that for a couple big splotches of color. Only 3 it looks like, honestly, but you can add more if you want. So again, blue, little bit of yellow. Where did my mixing go? There it is. And then a little bit of white in there until you see it as a tone you like. And I'll say it one more time. Mix a color you like. It doesn't need to be the exact same as mine. I'm just trying to get it as close as possible so you all can see what it's like on my painting. Okay, I'm painting an oil over all of it. No way. Oh my god. Wow. That's a lot. My gosh. Sorry, I thought you meant you were painting my painting? That's dope that you're painting your painting. It sounds really cool. Again, if you'd like to share that, feel free to pop that in the Discord. I'm sure we'd love to see. That's a lot. Oils. I'm always so impressed by oils too. I tried. I'm still trying. I haven't tried in a while, but I am still trying. Still saying I'm gonna get into them eventually, but they're hard. They're very hard for me. 9 today. Oh my gosh. Medium-sized town. Yeah, it's a lot for medium size. Mel, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome in. Alerts are off just because of the tutorial, but thank you for the follow. Okay, here's my last color. Just a nice teal. Yeah, it sounds complicated and fun and awesome too. I'd love to see it. See, that's a little drippy. Just wipe it away. You can throw some gray on there if you need to help it become totally removed, but in the end, it's just kind of a wet little look. It's fine. All right, grabbing a little more of that color, less water, brightening up the center. Centers. Little pool there, let's fix it. There we go. So you're night shift swaggity then, because you're in, yeah, you're EST. Dang, late night for you. How do you like Bob Ross if you do acrylics and he does oil? Easy. He's inspiring. Even though he does oils, he's an incredibly inspiring man. I love that he teaches people how to paint. I love that he says a lot of lovely quotes that don't just have to do with painting, but have to do with life. He's patient. He's a lovely voice. My gosh, I could listen to him all day. Yeah. I mean, and a lot of his paintings, I feel, Krithy, could be done in acrylics because he uses alla prima technique, which is like wet on wet anyway. So in theory, like he's really doing a lot of layers, like stacking color on top of one another. So they could pretty easily, I think, be not easily, excuse me. They're not easy to replicate, but yeah, if you wanted to switch it, I mean, sure could. Oh, sound challenging to me. It is so challenging to set up. That's why I never do it. Oh, Swaggity, thanks for the official follow. Official welcome in. Hello. Yeah, it's the setup. Every time I think about setting it up for stream, I'm like, open a window, toxicity, all the mediums. It just scrape the glass palette that's half broken. It's a lot. Just being here for a moment, really feel your vibes there. More radiant and brilliance on over the valley. Serengeti with a joint tip of my diaper hat. Pleasure to meet you in your community. Yo, you too. Thanks so much for those warm words. I hope you have a good time at work. Good luck on your painting. Again, would love to see it. Fellow local friend. Thanks so much. He's Bob Ross. His quote's very profound. I know. Yeah, he's just the best. You're all amazing. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, dude. We all appreciate you. Thanks for coming in. You've been a joy. Share your work with us. Yes, share it. Share it now. Honestly, Discord's open when you're ready. We love to see it. Okay. big time part. Oh, excuse me, almost. I almost jumped ahead. We want to just mess up these a little bit more. Want to mess things up again. So just a small detail, everybody. I did put a little bit of like, yeah, watery color underneath some of these just for more reflections right on the road. You can see I didn't do it for the building ones, just kind of below on the wet ground there, right? So now I'm going to take a small brush, just using a little bit of water, similar to what I did for the edges here. Just kind of wiggling in the color, bringing it down. Wiggling, bringing it down, wiggling, bringing it down. I'm going to do the left-hand side first, and then the right-hand side, because I don't want to be pulling reds and then moving them over here, right? So I'm just kind of doing everything on the left. Again, water, small brush, going into the paint, wiggling, bringing down. It just brings enough down that it looks a little bit wet. If you want it even more, like even more prominent, you could go back and grab a few of these colors and just kind of wiggle them onto the canvas rather than using what's already on the canvas. But I find just using what's on here already works. Just a little bit of extra wetness. Okay, so I'm washing off and doing it on the right-hand side. Again, just so I'm not pulling reds onto the other side, right? So it's all kind of exclusive. There it comes. Yep, there it is. There it is. Yeah. Mess it all up. See that? It all just kind of like dribbles down now. Makes it look a little messier, like there's little reflections. There we go. Follow many of Bob Ross' techniques in acrylic because I don't know any different. Kind of still don't expect one clean differently than the other. Right. And that's how I work with acrylics, and I still say that Bob taught me mostly everything. I use a lot of his technique, just blending in general. Like it's the same idea. The only difference is you're working a little bit quicker because acrylics dry quicker, right? But it's the same idea of like wet paint, moving the brush around, how he uses the brush, scraping on paint, all of that. It looks a little different, but I think the techniques totally apply. You watch the Bob Ross show? There you go. No, oh my God, are you great? Get out of here. Get out of here. See, K9's just learning, right? Like, it's hard to tell because it's a different way that he uses oils, right? It's not classic. Oh, excuse me. I'll send this painting when it's done. Give it a couple days. Sure. They're finished tomorrow, and I will make it ash removal. Oh, sick. My gosh, so much detail. Yeah, whenever you're ready. You don't need to post if you're not ready, but we're down to see it. Oh, really? Oh, okay, thank you, Court. I'll try and bring it over with... I've been trying to speak up a little bit more, but I did change the gain on it because I watched a VOD recently, and the mic was peaking a lot. Like, it got really fuzzy whenever I was closer like this. If anyone's hearing that right now, let me know. I'd still like to adjust that. So that might be it, Court. I did move the gain down, so it's not capturing my voice quite as much. That's still a lot, Phoenix. Yeah, I'll try my best to just move it with me. It's hard. But I'll try. Thank you, Court. I appreciate it. Okay, now it's the exciting part. Okay, so I think I said this at the start of the tutorial, but I'll say it again. This technique is way easier than you think. It's a big secret. Oh my gosh, don't tell anybody. It's straight up 2 steps, maybe 3 depending on the area you're looking at. But it takes time. So please understand, it's a lot of patience because there are a lot of little droplets on here, right? So you got to just be patient. But in terms of the technique, very straightforward, 2 steps, sometimes 3. Okay, so let's zoom you in here. Let's just move you a little forward. Have a look at that. Okay, what's going on here? We have a layer of black to start. I put just black everything to begin with. I put all of these little black markings, black streaks, black blobs, black teeny little dots everywhere. So that's what a time-consuming part is, putting all the black on. And then once the black is dry, all you need to do is go back with white and fill in certain spots. So for the droplets, I guess I could talk about this later, but I'll talk about it now just in case. anyone's wondering, the white on the droplets I found works best on the bottom. See how I kind of center it along the bottoms as if the light is kind of catching where the most of the water is, right? Because the droplets at the bottom, it's kind of like the trails at the top. Sometimes I put white on the top as well as a little extra glint. I'm just trying to find an example of that. Maybe like this one. So there's like the little droplet and then a tiny little dot up top, for example. Or like if it's a trail, of course, you're gonna see like a little bit more. You're gonna see it kind of trailing up. And then for these streaks, same idea. You're just kind of like blobbing the white inside of the black. You're kind of going inside of it. You're leaving a little bit of a border sometimes, but if it kind of captures the border a bit and removes the black, that's okay as well. Leaving some gaps here and there nice and shaky. So again, I'll go through the white a little bit more. I don't know why I just explained it there because we're only doing black to start, but just so you can see what's coming up. No reason to be intimidated. It just takes some time. So as long as you're willing to dedicate the time and patience to it, I'm sure you can get it. So let's start with the black. And again, the third step, sorry, just not to confuse anybody, third step is sometimes adding some color. So if I have a droplet like right on top of a light or close by, sometimes I'll put like a little yellow glint or like a teal glint. That's really all. It's a secret. Don't tell anybody. Okay. So I'm going to use the teeny tiny brush for all of that because you can see all those droplets are quite small. Even the trails, you know, I want to be careful. And we can start. So I'm going to start with a couple trails. Okay. So then that way we kind of map out, you know, how much space those are taking up. And then it's just going to be a matter of filling up the other spaces with little droplets. If it helps you, you could be dipping your brush into a little bit of water. That'll help water down the paint a little bit. It helps it kind of move a little more fluid rather than being too thick. She's thick sometimes. No worries, Phoenix. Oh, Elvin. Elvin, please take your time. It's the last couple steps. You got time. You don't need to... Don't choke, please. Stay safe. Okay. So let's do a couple of these trails. I'm calling these trails the ones that are nice and big, kind of floating all the way down. So I'm using the full width of my brush. Thank you, Cord. I'm going to try this here. Full width of my brush. I'm not using the tip or anything. I'm using lots of pressure, especially for these trails. I want them to be pretty thick, actually, because I want the white to go in between, right? I want enough room to put white in between. I don't want it too thin. Yeah, thanks, Diana. I told you not to tell. Don't tweet it. Don't tell. Why are you telling? Don't tell anybody. It's a secret. So straight down, every now and then, I find it's nice to do a quick little curve. As if like, when rain's kind of coming down a window, it's almost like it hits an edge or a bump, like something stuck on the window. It does a very abrupt turn. It goes, so I moved it over at a 45, and then it's going to go straight down again. I'm going to keep going straight down. Maybe it hits another little bump just very quickly this time. Go straight down again. And then this one's going to keep going straight down. And eventually it gets a little thinner, as if it's like running out of steam. You know, it's not quite as big as it used to be, the water droplet that is. Just thickening a little up here. And you can either bring it all the way down the canvas or end it off a little bit, you know, above. I'm going to bring it, yeah, a little bit. Just a little wiggle at the end, then it kind of just disappears. So I tried to make it tilts a little bit, but I tried mostly to make it as straight as possible. You can see it's tilting a little bit compared to my edge. Not a big deal, not a big deal. But yeah, a lot of these ones that are floating down, they have quick little curves, but for the most part straight. Oh, swaggity. Also, if you prefer something other than swaggity, I don't know which part of your name you prefer, but I'm probably not saying Sir Wiggy McSwiggity, excuse me, McSwiggity. Then let me know if you prefer. It's Mizzy, welcome in. Yes, you're welcome. Yeah, don't tell anybody. I shared my secret with the dog dude. That's okay. Yeah, he has the bean recipe. You might as well swap secrets. Okay, here's another one, guys. So this one, I'm not starting right at the top. I'm going to start by kind of dotting a little bit as if it's trying to gain some steam. And then it's like, oh, we got it. Straight down. Quick curve, quick curve. More paint, more paint. And this one's gonna be a little shakier. It's gonna just kind of like shake down. So if you can't do a perfectly straight line, that's fine too. Do a little bit of shakies on purpose. This one's gonna curve to the left and come back. And will this come all the way down? No, it's gonna dribble away as well. Same thing, you can kind of split it up at the end as if it's running out of steam. It kind of separated a little bit. Yeah. Painters hate this secret tip. Doctors hate her. Beautiful bean footage. No choking. 50 Shades. No one's made that joke yet. Congrats, you're the first. Would you prefer Will? I can call you Will, that's fine. I'll remember. Oh, I'm sorry, Phoenix. Oh no. Yeah, that might be happening a lot, Phoenix, honestly. I'm really sorry though. Gertie, oh, thanks for coming in. Welcome in. Nice to see you again today. Such a blessing. How's work going? Doing another stream, everybody? This one's probably going to be a little thicker. I guess that's the only difference I'm seeing. I'm going to maybe keep it a little thicker way in here. Going mostly straight down. You can see, you can really like pull the width out a little bit more too. It's not like trees where it has to go thin, thin, thin all the way down. You can make it thick, thin, thin. It's kind of nice. Nice switch up to what I'm used to. You can make it separated to two if you want, as if a little bit of water maybe went out on its own. Here's a little separation here. Just gonna trail off over here. There we go. Oh no, what happened? You can't hear. Oh, okay. Hi, Gertie. Hi. Nice to see you. She can't hear me. Read my lips. Okay, sorry to hear. Not because of COVID. Still sorry, though. Great, thank you for gifting to Will. Thank you so much. Dang. Will, you're a bun now, officially. Gertie just noticed. Just getting my channel points. Alright, I'm gonna do one more little trail. This one's gonna be a little thinner, a little more broken up. Just like to pair off with that one. And now I'm gonna go into lots and lots and lots of blobs, okay? So, vary the shapes, vary the sizes. You can tap your brush just like little bits if you want. You can really slam your brush on the canvas, get some nice big droplets going, because again, remember, we want to fill these up with white. We want enough room to put white on there, so don't hesitate to really like make some of these nice and thick. You can make some of them thin, but you'll want at least some that are nice and big to get nice big water droplets. Another thing I'm doing as I go, as I'm not making any big trails anymore, but I'm making small ones. So just kind of like starting a little thin, getting a little thicker, and then just thinning out and just trailing off again. Another thing I like to do is I like to cluster a bunch of small droplets together, as if maybe like, kind of like one droplet kind of exploded onto the windshield or whatever you're looking out of. I imagine it's kind of a windshield. So I like to really pile on a bunch together. I think that is a nice look. So the key is just doing all of these things, all of them a lot sporadically. Again, not thinking too much about where you're placing them. You can see how I'm just trying to be nice and loose with it. Just tapping my brush, dotting it very lightly here and there. Pairing all these little techniques together. Small little trails. You can do tiny little snakes, you know, just coming down. You can do a bunch of dots kind of in a row, as if they're kind of broken up and trying to connect to one another. So just keep filling up that whole area. Oh, I see, Phoenix. I hope it goes okay. I'm so glad you could see that, Will. I wasn't sure if you were gone. That's great. Yay! No, my speaker died. I can't paint without music though. I should have an external battery, but I'll keep adding this for now. What's a song we can sing? La 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 la. I'm just singing lo-fi hip-hop beats. Could I use my computer audio? Probably I could. Let's do that instead. Spotify, you're the best. La 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 la. We're not gonna play that. That's copyright music. Hold on a sec. We're almost there. Let's try that instead. Can you guys hear that? Try that. Sads. Quiet nights. Okay. Can you hear it? I hope so. I'm going to be a fan of Thanksgiving. Yep. Oh, Cindy. Love you. Oh, that's precious, Cindy. Rainy day in Toronto, rainy day drive downtown. Thank you, Lori. Always coming in with those beautiful titles. Erin Bun sings while painting. New Twitter name. I'm trying my best to get these on very quickly, guys, but again, take your time. You will see the white come on very soon. And then you can just relax and take your time. But there's lots of this. The key to making this look very complicated for your friends to go, wow, how did you do it? Just lots and lots and lots. I'd say to do ovals as well, kind of like longer droplets, as if it's trying to make its way down, but it's like leaving a little bit of a trail already, so just really blobbing it on, making like a vertical oval. Those are good as well. I can hear this, right? I hope so. Here comes the rain again song. Erin, we'll sing for you. Let's go, chat. Wheels on the bus on 3. 3, 2, 1. Nobody. It's not chanting, dude. I was trying to sing to the tone. It was the lo-fi hip-hop beats, though. We're watching that game Jonesy plays. What am I singing? Key, I'm not prepared. Oh no, Panic said it. Sorry, we missed it. I'm so sorry. The chance was gone. We had it. We didn't take the opportunity. See you, Gertie. Bye. I have my bucket. I want Anna too. Cindy was into it. I want Anna too. A squiddly diddly do. Still trying to just, switch up the techniques each time. Little dots here and there, big blobs, trails. Just constantly. If it helps you to do one technique and then go back and do another, do it. I just try and randomly splice them all on. I have to have my music on when I paint. Then again, I have music on when I do most. Me too, Sharon. Me too. Like, that happens constantly. My speaker dies or my headphones die and I just go, what? What do I do now? Everything stops. It's like, nope, find a solution right now. You're right, it's most things for me. Same, same, same. Everyone understands. I just need noise in the background. Gotcha. Music is a must. I'm going to sleep too. Sure. Nancy, have a great evening, okay? See you. JBL speakers, keep them throughout the house. Oh, really? You're stocked. I hope that's not echoing. Hope so. Some reflection on the glass to suggest someone is in the car would be another dimension of pop. Wow. Yeah, right? Like a little like rear view mirror or something. I was even debating like a nice wiper blade, but I just didn't want to make it too covered up. Considering all the work we did in the background, I was like, ooh, I want some of that to shine through. But yeah, I like that thought in general. Because I do kind of imagine it's a car, because we're kind of looking across the intersection, right? It's like we're waiting to go type thing. So, I feel ya. I feel ya. Thanks, Kenai. Me too. I'm just excited that everyone else was so excited about it, honestly. And again, some, like, Buttery, it was Buttery today. Buttery was like, you gonna make prints of this? And I was like, I'm just gonna teach it instead. And he was like, you should make prints. So I'm gonna listen to him. It would be nice to do something like that, you know? Have that available. Okay, now, I think that's probably close to the amount I have. I might have a little bit more on my original, but we're just gonna go on to the next step again. I want to be able to show you guys how it's done just before we're hitting 10 o'clock, just in case anyone needs to go. And you guys, again, take your time, right? Just gonna catch up on chat real quick. Right, heavy metal. I do the drop the brush and the globby star technique. That works too. Excuse me. It all works for this painting. That's a good, yeah, Cindy, that's a good call too. Like you're at the corner of these streets and you're like, just having a nice hot drink, just chilling. The tower thing, right? Spot the one who's not local. Yeah, you know what? When I was first painting this, I kind of thought it was near Hockey Hall of Fame too, but I actually ended up looking at a reference of Front, and I think it was Philip, is that right? CJ called it out earlier. I don't know Real Smashed. I've never seen it, but... I don't know. Come on, it's an icon. It was the tallest in the world at one point, though. Okay, let's do... the white now. So get some clean white on your plate. It needs to be nice and clean and fresh. All right, I'm using the teeny tiny brush. I've washed it off. I'm grabbing a nice big old blob of white, and I'm gonna try and bring you nice and close so you can see here. And you'll want to be careful, by the way, if you had blobs of black, like literal blobs, literal blobs of black that are kind of shiny, that means you might need to let them dry a little bit more, but I'm sure you have at least a few flat ones that are completely dry. As long as they were flat and not literally blobbed on with paint, you'll have some. So again, to review, I think I said it before, but I'll say it again. I'm gonna move this forward so I can give you a nice close-up. For the white on the droplets, I find putting this white near the bottom looks really good. As if, again, the droplet is very heavy, so it's gonna be closer to the bottom. So you're gonna get a little like white reflection on those. So just a little tap or a little curve will do it. You don't need to overthink it. I'm literally taking the white blob of paint, either tapping it on or doing maybe a slight curve. If it's a little bigger, right, you might want to throw a little curve in there just to make it fancy. But otherwise, that's all I'm doing right now for the droplets. For these teeny guys, you might not be able to hit every single one of them, but try your best to get tiny little dots. Again, this is where patience comes in, but it pays off because you see all the little highlights on all those. You can see some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. Totally fine. But you can see how already the magic is happening. So you just look at that one section. When you pull it back, you're like, whoa, see? It's magical, don't tell anybody. Oh, thanks, dude. Thanks, Will. Yeah, there's my schedule. Thanks, Gray, if you're interested. It kind of changes here and there, but I'm actually mostly on daytimes. It's really just Friday nights. I'm trying to change that. I might do more nights. But for now, it's mostly daytimes during the week. And Saturday, tomorrow I'll be on. If you ever get to a oval, a little trail, here's what I'm doing. I'm just starting from the bottom, maybe bringing it up a little bit, but still leaving a little bit of black at the top. This is wet, so I'm being careful. Oop, that got a little wet there. Let's go to a big trail. Let's talk about that. So this one, taking large blobs of white, just staying anywhere either on the inside or hugging the edge, and kind of switching between using lots of pressure so it's nice and bright, like it's catching a big reflection of light, and then kind of leaning off a little bit, not adding a lot, allowing the black to just kind of sit there, bringing it back again, so I'm pressing harder, tapping again, kind of switching between those two. It makes it look like, again, there are like pools of the water on certain areas, or just like the light is catching in certain areas, and then other times it's not. So again, nice and shaky, kind of dotting along works as well. You can see I'm just really trying to sporadically do this. I'm not thinking too much about it. It's just kind of lifting, dotting, pushing, dabbing, etc. Going all the way down. If anything, I would add less than you think, because it's easy to go back and add more. If you add too much white, it's really not that difficult either. You could just let the white dry and put some black in there, but you'll kind of see, I think, when it makes sense. I'm sorry I can't really explain like exactly the amount of white you need, but you'll be able to see, right? Like you saw my painting and said, hey, that looked cool. You'll be able to tell that with yours too. If it's too much white, pull it back, see how it's looking. Wait for everything to be done too. This is gonna look super light right now because it's the only one. It's competing against these black ones. When you have them all sorted out and all done, then make your judgments, right? So just like be patient with it. Again, lots of patience in this painting. I'm gonna keep adding. I'm gonna catch up on chat. And he was out of control. Kirkiola, I spent the last 2 summers training at Fort York Armory. Falling asleep, I was looking at CN Tower just like the painting. Oh my gosh, so it relates to you. Amazing. Yeah, I was like, this is hardcore leet speak. He did not. He would know not to spill a big secret like that. Take the wrong way. Oh yeah. Oh, I don't think so. Sometimes riding there, no. No way, Todd. Is this part of the expansion? That's crazy. Why would they do that? They have a weird sense of humor, I guess. Later, Hornets. If there are any questions up until this point too, I feel like I don't know, it just, like I said, honestly guys, like it's, sorry with the microphone, way easier than you think, you know? It really is that basic. I'm not doing anything more, but if something isn't making sense, if you think something isn't looking right, let me know and I can kind of like dive further into it and maybe give you a few more little verbal pointers, but you can still kind of see what I'm doing here too. And you can see how this side of the painting is looking magical, and it'll start looking magical everywhere very soon. No water needed. Nope, Sushi, you're all good. I'm just using the thick paint, big blobs. Scented cat litter, gross. Oh, do you, Alvin? That would be great for this. Alvin just said I have a white acrylic pen. That would be perfect. Oh, and then one more thing I wanted to show here. Sometimes when I do a little dot at the bottom, just a little tiny glint at the top sometimes looks good, especially kind of on the longer ones. So I have a nice white dot here. I'll put a teeny one up here as if like just a little bit of extra light is catching. Here and there I do that just to kind of switch it up whenever I feel like it. Again, it's nothing more than that. It's not strategic. It's just when there's room, a little more space to fill, put a little extra glint near the top, but for the most part the white is sitting near the bottom. Japan thing, I guess they figured. Weird. Yeah, no worries. Sushi, paint pen might be enough paint. Might not, I mean. Might not be enough paint? I don't know. I haven't really used them a lot. I was just thinking for the precision that would be kind of nice, and kind of the lifting on and off I think would be super cool. But yeah, I've actually never used those, so Alvin, let us know how that works. Coming together. What's a dive Canada Goose? I put on I am a diva. That's funny. You become a diva. I don't know what a dive Canada Goose is, I guess. What's up, B-Sizzle? Welcome back. I am painting a rainy Toronto scene. I'm almost done. This is an acrylic painting tutorial, so some people are following along. I'm just adding little glints of white to my rain. What's been up with you this afternoon? I saw you earlier. Yes, rainy night in Toronto, exactly. So again, I do have that mini step at the end. Very straightforward. If anyone needs to know it now, just adding a little bit of color. If you have raindrops right on top of a very colorful light, you can definitely add a little bit of a colorful glint. I did that technically. I don't think it added a whole lot to the painting. If I'm going to be completely honest, I feel like I can't see it at all when I look at it. It's like if I go up close, I'm like, oh yeah, there's some teal there. So just so you know, I'm doing that step because it is in the original, but to get this effect, I really don't think you need color. I think it's more about the black-white contrast. So just so you know. La, la, la. Anyway, hope everyone's finding this part relaxing. I really truly think it is a nice like calming part, just filling in all those black areas that you've already worked on. Squiggling down. Imagine yourself as a raindrop just floating all the way down, sliding down the glass. So calming. I hope. Again, really, really excited to see photos of this one. My gosh, I think we're gonna have our minds blown seeing these recreated. Yeah, no worries, B-Sizzle. Gotcha. Okay, Phoenix, we'll have a look. Right? Yeah, Diana, we're like all in the Williams Cafe or whatever the heck cafe is here. Just like chilling, looking outside, being nice and warm and cozy. It's a different world here. We can all be together. There's no lockdown in this world. We're all chilling in a cafe, having a good time. Thanks, class, and you're welcome. Worldwide Wendy. Oh, so nice. What a nice name. Worldwide. I like that. I don't have all my supplies tonight. Will the video be posted? I need to finish up. Of course, yes. So Wendy and anyone else wondering, this video will be available on Twitch. Here on Twitch immediately when I'm done. The second I stop, it's going to be available for you to watch. You'll come back to this page. You will click the videos tab, and then you'll look for the title. I think this is titled like step-by-step acrylic painting or something like that. It'll eventually make its way to YouTube. It just takes a little bit of time because it takes some editing and uploading. For example, I still haven't posted last Fridays despite it being done. I have details to add to it. Anyway, that'll be up very soon. So if you want to wait for YouTube, you can. If you'd like to finish it tomorrow, you can as well. Just different places to find it. Yeah. Kesha, this is beautiful. Thank you very much and welcome in. Do you paint at all? I'd need to really concentrate on that, Krithy. I can't do that right now. I love riddles. Can you save that for me for later? And I'll really think about it. I can't do it while I'm doing rain. I'm so sorry. I love pattern puzzles though. Oh man, math and patterns. Hit me up. Leaving work at the pool a few minutes. Okay, yep. You too, Lori. Stay safe and everything. Hope to see you soon. Just heard Discord. No worries. Sounds good, Allie. Yay! So many posts to look at. So many raindrops. I hope to be finished by next Friday, right? I know. It's such a patience, but you can see how it's worth it. The more you add, like, I would still add more to this. I think I added probably more to my original. So I would really go back and add more. I'm just trying to get this white on so I can show you the final step here. For those interested, again, I truly think the final step doesn't add a lot, but just for those interested, I wanted to show you. And I am going quick here too, right? So if it looks a little messier, that's why. When I did my original, I was really concentrating on hitting the bottoms of the black and really getting shapes right and curving along. Anyway, I'm just making excuses for the painting, you know? Almost there though. Got a couple more, yeah, a couple more trails. I'll do these dots first. Oops. Never do another cake again. Miko! Your mom will probably love it though. Reevaluate tomorrow when she sees it. But yeah, cakes are hard. I can relate. I know, I know. That's funny though. Never again. Oh, there's one more trail over there hiding. It's just hiding. Thanks, Phoenix. Didn't paint tonight, just hung out. I need to try that rain. Yeah, of course, Diana. And that's the other thing I love about this technique. Like, it doesn't need to be on this Toronto scene if you don't want. It's just like a little jumping off point for you to get comfortable with it. You could really put this on anything. Any kind of messier, kind of faded out. Yeah, and that's why we faded it out, right? So the crispness of the rain can really pull through, you know? So you can really do it on anything. Okay. Just before I lose anybody who was looking for that last step. Again, last step, kind of small step, but I just liked the idea of maybe glistening a little color off of some of these. If they're close to a light, right, theoretically it would be maybe the light would be more blue or more yellow. But here's the thing, like, because it's close to the light, you don't really see it. So that's why I'm kind of like, about it. But I'll show you anyway, of course. I want to make sure that step is there for those who want it. So just retaking any of your light colors, so like a yellow, for example, going anywhere close to or on top of the yellow and just hitting the white with a little yellow. That's all. See that? So it looks like the yellow is now glistening off a different kind of light, you know? Maybe these guys here deserve a little love. There we go. Like maybe some of these guys, even if they're not right on top, right? Close by, you can still get a little bit of light shining off. It adds a little bit. But I kind of like the white too because it's so vibrant, right? So adding color kind of dims it down a bit. Anyway, just my opinions. So I won't do that for every color, of course. I just wanted to show you that just in case. My hands hurt too much to finish a brown. No, Miko! My heart. Lynette, thank you for sharing. Love this technique. I'll share on Facebook. Excellent. I can't wait to see Lynette. Really quickly, we finished up now. Very final step, as always, is to sign the painting. I can't forget that. Sign your paintings if you're all done or whenever you're all done. I just encourage it so you can really solidify it as being done. I am done, so I'm signing. Yay! If you'd like to share photos, I'd love to see them, especially this painting, because I know you were all so excited, and I think you're going to have your minds blown when these are done. You're like, I painted that. You're going to see a photo of it, and people are going to be like, what? That's not real? Yes. So please post your photos. Depending on where you came from today, maybe you're from Twitch. I feel like if you're from Twitch, you're probably more accustomed to Discord. Thank you, Gray. I see the Discord link right there. Feel free to join the Discord and post in the art share channel. If you're more comfortable with Facebook, I'm just going to the event page right now. I'll show you right now on my screen actually so you can see what I'm looking at. No doxing, no doxing, no doxing. You wanna know what? You want to see something fun, guys? Remember I was talking about spammers? Remember I was talking about scammers? Look at all these requests from fake pages I have. These are all fake. These are all fake scammers trying to get me to host their events. What is that? Just so you know what I deal with. This is why, yeah, okay. Anyway. We're gonna go here and just gonna open it up for posting. Once again, oops, did I do that right? Event settings, admins, there we go. Now you can post. I would recommend posting to the Facebook event page, and then that way you can see all of your beautiful photos. So in the discussion, add a post, and you can post your photo. That's all you need to do. Say a blurb if you want, but generally we're just looking for some beautiful photos. Thanks for all the new follows on Facebook. Holy moly, there's a bunch coming in. If you're looking for another tutorial, I'll switch back to me here. Hi, hello again. I'll be doing another tutorial on Friday at 8 p.m. EST, same time, same place. It will be a beautiful winter painting. There you go. So that'll be next Friday. Same idea, teaching it to you step by step. Hope you can join me, 8 p.m. EST. If you want to support me, tip links are available in the About section on this page. If you want to click the About tab, you can check that out. An easy way to support me is to subscribe as well. You saw a few subscriptions throughout this event. That's by clicking the subscribe button on the bottom right. If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free. It doesn't cost you any money. It supports me financially. If you have any questions about that, let me know. I'd love to walk you through it because it's like free money. It's great. Or you can subscribe for a cost if you don't have Amazon Prime. Thank you to all those who do. It means a lot to me. It really supports me doing this for free. Tutorial Friday. Post your photos. I think that's all. If you want to see me more on Twitch, I'm on before the next tutorial. It's not like I'm offline until Friday. I stream a lot on Twitch. Just viewing me helps me. I made a video on Facebook describing ways you can support me. One of the easiest ways and free ways to do that is to just watch. If you're at home, you're cooking, you're working from home, whatever, throw me on the computer. Giving a view really helps me. Thank you very much for those who do that as well. You're all very appreciated. I know who you are. Not like I know the lurkers, but I know everyone in chat. I know who you are. Anyway, that's another way to support me. And I think that's all. Yeah, check me out anytime throughout this week. I'll be on tomorrow at 10 a.m. EST just painting. I just paint during regular streams. We chat, we hang out, just like now. We're having some fun chatting, painting. You might catch me designing a new tutorial painting. You can help me with that. You can give me suggestions. Or just experimenting with other art. I've done oil paints on stream. I've done bullet journaling on stream, baking on stream, lots of stuff. So just hanging out and having a good time. You can check me out Saturday, probably Monday, probably Wednesday. I'll come up with a schedule as usual by tomorrow. Thanks for those who joined the tutorial today. If you're off, I'll see you another time. Otherwise, I'm hanging out for a bit, so let's hang.